Good morning, everybody. How are we today? Just starting to get some prep work in for moving the farm. I'm sure you can all
You,
understand what I mean by getting ready to move the farm.
I was gonna say, you on the server?
No, I am not. I am single player right now, wrapping up a few contracts, and then I have to sell off all of my lovely products in the silos and stuff like that. Just start cleaning up all the stuff I've got on the map so that when things are ready, I can start to better transfer things over to the new map. So I'm just hastily getting rid of some bales off some fields to close out some contracts. And then I have all kinds of stacks of bales. Yeah, this is the new map. Not yet, Decimus. It is getting very close, though. We did some testing on it last night on the server. A few of us. Dave came up with a small list of things that needed to be taken care of, which he'll be working on here in about an hour and a half. He's going to be going live, as a matter of fact, to take over from me. Um, and then it should be pretty close to being ready to go within, heck, probably by the weekend, at the rate things have been going, unless something drastic happens in the next day or two. Good morning, Jake D. How you doing today?
Yeah, I don't know how quick he's wanting to.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you testing alone should only take a couple of days. It's gonna be like getting some of the factories and stuff ready and things like that. So unless something really drastic happens, I wouldn't expect it to be more than a week anyway. The rate
Yeah,
he's been
I don't know
progressing.
exactly how he wants to do it.
Nah, neither do I. I'm just speculating here, but at the rate things have been moving, I wouldn't say it'd be more than a week or so.
Because I know his big concern was the adding crops that people would have to restart, and we found out we don't have to do that, so that's a huge plus.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, like, I can't imagine it'd be at this point more than probably a week to get terrain issues, floating trees, those little odds and ends, anything that might be like the missing DDS textures I found this morning. Some of that stuff. Once that's done, get the first round of factories ready. Half dozen, whatever he wants to do.
Mm, yeah,
All right,
start
we need to find out where to sell
working on
straw.
them. I thought about starting them tonight, but that wouldn't be a good idea. And then
Don't tell
once
me
I
target is
start
unreachable.
getting them, helping him get those converted, um, I'm gonna work on the bales storage. I don't know how it's gonna work, but it's worth a shot. I figure people have already tried it
Yep,
and they
that's
can't
going
get
savage.
anything to work.
Somebody was in my chat yesterday talking about they did a bale storage. Basically, they did it by the liter, so you drop it off and it would count by the liter. And then when you output, it would output a certain size bale. So that
Hmm.
might be the approach to take. I asked them if it was a publicly available mod or something, but they never responded with like if it was hosted someplace, if it was public, private, whatever. They never responded to it, so
Yeah, most likely private.
Well, I was hoping.
Right. Yeah, I want to try and get that done as soon as possible.
I'm chilling, Lark, gonna lay in bed and try to get some sleep. That's not a bad idea, Savage.
Hmm. You got to get off the computer to do it. That's the hard part, putting the game down.
Yep. Yeah, at this point, like, I'm not gonna bother to replant any of my fields. I'm just gonna kind of wait for the year to tick through, get rid of extra product, and I said just get ready to make it easier to transfer information from one save to the next, if you don't have to try and fill out a dozen factories and everything else.
Mm.
And right now I have about 100 straw bales that I, whoa, hey, gotta love that.
Hmm.
Random just spot in the road. Flat road, random spot, just boom, flips you over.
Hmm.
Something about the low boys, I don't know if it's the collision on them or what, but it's really annoying when that happens.
Hmm. All it's showing is potatoes and sugar beets. I don't think I
Oh,
can
I should have
use
grabbed
it.
my bale fork. That was bad.
I guess
Oh
I could
well.
make a mod for it now.
I did indeed, Diesel Viking. Dave will be taking over here in about hour and a half or so. So no worries.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I gotta play bus driver this morning for the kids, so.
Vehicle.
This would be a whole lot easier with my actual bale fork.
$24.60. Oh, that ain't good. I don't see it. One.
There we go. There's the first 14 bales loaded. I only have 70 more over here.
Damn. Dang it.
Good morning, John Seeger. I will get you there in just a second. Let me park the truck quick. Okay, I got a strap there. Alright. Hydrate. And a stretch.
Pellet packer. Mass.
There we go. Let's see. Okay, you're over here now. So let's jump in this thing. Alright, you can drop off bales here. Alright there, Diesel. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out for a few minutes. You get some rest, bud, and we'll catch you later. Alright, I'm gonna send this guy back over to the gas station. And I have to get back over here.
Anywhere is. Oh.
Nothing like grabbing them 8 at a time. Just in case you fall asleep on stream. Good morning, Dadson. I'm doing pretty good. Trying to see how many bales I can move before I make a mess. Yeah, but I also have to get into the bale sell point, Diesel. That's the kicker. The bale sell point's too tall. Or not tall enough to go much higher than 4 bales high on the trailer. There's a method to my madness. I could. You're not wrong. You sound awful familiar with the practice, though, Diesel. Yep, pallet fork for the W. I realized only after I got over here that it's like, you know, I should have brought my bale fork with me.
Should be able to get away with that.
I thought you might have been there, Diesel. Wiggle it in a little bit. Like so. I mean, I don't want to say it works, but it works. Well, shoot. I still have room for 2 more stacks at the back. On the old ramps.
I don't have to make a fillable pallet for stone for this, because that would be a issue.
Yeah. That's right, if it fits, it ships.
Got quite a gap in between those.
That looks good from my house. 404,000 liters of straw in the trailer. I know, but did have a corn hauler grab your bumper in Laramie. Dog distracted me, dragged a tandem across my... Ooh! Oh, could have been worse. Heck, I remember working for a company. We had a new driver in. He'd must have been an over the road. Don't know what company he used to work for. And he was backing up a trailer, and as he was backing in, we had to come down the side of this building, and then as you swung over, you had to watch out because there was a guide wire for a telephone pole, and he hooked that guide wire and ripped the bumper off the truck. Stainless steel bumper, ripped it right off the front of the truck. It's like, that was, you know, fantastic. And got the truck repaired, and it wasn't 3 weeks later he was backing into the same area again and backed right over the nose of one of the employees' cars. Oh yeah. Crumpled the hood, the front bumper of the car. Yeah. And then I think it was 2 weeks after that, he's backing up to another part of the plant. T. Miller coming in with a raid of 70. Good morning, Raiders. Good morning, T. Miller. How was the second half of your stream there, bud? Can I get a shout out for Mr. T. Miller? I'm sure Billy's in with them somewhere or somebody. But yeah, he was. I hate that spot. He was backing in this trailer, and he had to fit between two other trailers backing up to a dock, and uh, the trailers for this company were all solid black. Whoa, backyard. It was good, except the game crashed while you were landscaping. Ew, that's not fun, T. Miller. I've had that happen. So he's backing up to this building, and he's got to fit between two black trailers. And the trailer he's hauling is black. And as he pulls in, well, thank you there, Boomhauer. Gotcha, T. Miller. Uh, as he's backing in, he hits one of the trailers in the nose as he's
Yep,
backing around. Exclamation exclamation Discord should get you that, Bob Dang. So he hits the trailer smack in the middle with the back of the one he's trying to back in. It's like, okay. Meanwhile, we're in the trailer unloading it. Unloading a bunch of acetylene cylinders. So we're in there, and all of a sudden we feel the whole trailer shake. Like, what the heck was that? So we all run out of the trailer, because loose cylinders are everywhere and, starting to fall over and stuff. So we run out of the trailer and we look, and he hit the trailer, like I said, square in the middle. And he realizes that at that point because it shook the cab of the truck. So he pulls ahead, and he starts backing up again to make another approach. And I kid you not, he hit about 8 inches the opposite direction of where he needed to go into the trailer again. About 25 minutes later, he manages to finally kind of get near the middle, like where he should be backing up. Good morning, Yoge. Wow. Yogesh Patil Dominat? I hope I was close on that. I apologize if I was, if I butchered your name there. Yogesh Patil Dominat, he's from India. And good morning, Pride Ascending. But yeah, he's finally trying to like get it lined up with the where he needs to be. And my boss, who never drove, he never had his Class A license or anything like that, yells out at him like, "Hey, buddy, you need a hand with that? Backing up?" And I kid you not, this driver jumps right out of the truck. He goes, "Yeah, could you help me out?" So my boss goes out there, jumps in the truck, starts backing it in, and yeah, before you know it, there's like 3 managers that suddenly found out they had something they had to inspect in the parking lot. So there's like 3 managers like looking around at why is my boss in a truck when he's not supposed to be? It was just funny. This isn't a production, Yogesh. I'm just trying to pick up some bales that I left on the edge of the field. I just had a contract for that field, and I was picking up the straw off it. And I wanted to get the bales put down quicker so I didn't have to wait as long to pick them up. How's it going there, Mr. JWB? Yeah.
Hey, Mr. JWB.
Needless to say, after all 3 of those accidents happened in the span of like 2 months, he got transferred to another department in the company. Yeah. We used to joke that he must have gotten his license at the Kmart kiddie rides, the quarter kiddie rides where you kind of rock back and forth. For those old enough to remember those. Wow. Yep, the Stevie Wonder Institute of Trucking. Yeah. That company definitely had some bad luck with hiring truck drivers. They hired another guy at one point. He got sent on a special run with a diesel 1-ton rack body, and he had to stop and fuel it up, and he put gasoline in it instead of diesel. All right, there, T. Miller. You have a good one, bud, and we'll catch you later. And obviously diesels don't run well on regular unleaded. So he the truck had to, of course, get towed, the whole 9 yards, and had the tank pumped out, the injectors replaced, and a couple $1,000s worth of damage to the vehicle. And his excuse was he'd never heard of a vehicle that small being a diesel engine. It's like, you've been driving truck for 25 years and you've never heard of a 1-ton diesel? Huh? Did the ticking of the engine not give it away? Or
Right.
the glow
It's
plug
completely different
symbol?
sound.
Yeah, the glow plug symbol on the dashboard didn't give it away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he quit one day after we were razzing him about it. Hey, make sure you fuel that truck up before you go type of thing, when he was dropping a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Needless to say, our boss wasn't too impressed with us giving him a hard time. Oh, why is that, Yogesh? Is it something with the game, or are you having issues with it? Was your harvesting contract for wheat, oat, or barley? Right now, those harvesting contracts are currently bugged. Um, they won't allow you to... Yep, barley. What happens is when the straw... when you're harvesting, it's counting the straw that would be dropping out of the combine as part of the yield, and it's causing them to not complete properly. It should be patched, hopefully, uh, in this first patch before Christmas time. You shouldn't be having any problems with canola, though.
No. Canola, the rest of the crops are fine. Unless you harvest in the rain.
Yeah, if you harvest in the
Um,
rain, it lowers your yield and you won't have enough for the contract.
yeah. Yep. So if you do it during the rain, it will. I'm in that position now. It started to rain, so I had to quit.
Mr. Ponership, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. How are you doing this morning? Alright, I need to remember, before I forget again, to turn on... I always forget. Turn on the closed captions. There. Before I forget to turn those on. I'm using the I'm doing pretty good there, Mr. Ponership, and I'm using the Lumberjack mod. I think it's PC only. It was on the in-game mod hub. It allows you to press the Alt key to pick up heavier objects. So when I get out, if you see in the F1 menu, it says Alt for super strength, so I can bench press the truck if I want to. Not a problem to hunt. Not a problem. It also lets you cut trees from a much longer distance. So if you're trying to trim branches or something.
I was gonna say, if you get close enough to that, I did it and I didn't. Well, when I did it, that did not happen.
Yeah, if I'd have come from the side, it probably would have been
True.
fine. But Dave is sleeping. But
Yeah.
how's it going there, Brucey boy? Dave is currently sleeping.
He's got to be up in an hour.
Yeah, I just didn't want to drag my trailer and everything all the way up here. You can check the in-game mod hub anyway. I don't know if Lumberjack was available for console or not.
No, it's not. It is PC only.
Lumberjack, yep, PC Mac. That's too bad. You thought Boom was Dave.
No. Hey, Brucey boy, how you doing, buddy?
Mama Joe's. Interesting name for a diner. I mean, I'm not beyond throwing the bales at this thing if I have to get them loaded up. Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good.
Alright. Appreciate that there, Diesel Viking. I wonder why he can't
Picks and
upload
vids.
pictures to the pics and vids in Discord.
Hmm. I'll have to check and see you may not have a role. Oftentimes people think that once they join the Discord, they got access for everything. Uh, and they don't. But I will double check. Remind me.
Yeah. Yeah, see, if you come from the end like this, it will just pick them up
Mhm.
and...
You may have. I don't know why it wouldn't let you post pictures. I'd have to look. I changed some settings recently, so nobody could at Kerminator or anybody else. And in the process of doing that, I may have accidentally clicked the wrong thing.
In other words, Boom might have broke it.
So I'll double check it. Just remind
Good
me.
morning, Zippy. Oh, no
How
worries
you
there,
doing,
Zippy.
Zippy?
No worries at all on that. Alright. Most of the bales will be taken care of now. I only have the giant mess by the cow barn to take care of. Perks of working from home. Nice. We'll have to step away for a brief moment in about 20 minutes, but other than that, I should be good until about 6. Yeah. Yeah, it's 5:06 in the morning for me right now. He said he'd take a custom SGA chef roll to post pictures.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, Diesel.
I might be able to do that.
Oops. I meant to turn up the road. Meant to go the other way. This is going to be the hardest part to replicate, because those trees came out, like, smack on doing them. I know I'll never replicate how good that looks. Same with the willows along the edge of the freeway, like. Drop all the bales off. There. Now, one of the things we can do is pay off my debt. No, it does not, Bob. It just sells for the same price regardless of if it's loose or baled. That's one of the big changes from Seasons on PC. Or on 19, rather. Yep. You're not wrong, Jake.
See how many errors I get with this.
Alright. I've made a complete mess of my yard here, but you know, hey. Whatever, right? I got your stretch for you, Lynx. Thank you very much. Yogesh, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good morning, Lynx.
Oh, no.
Alright. Good morning, JPM. How are you doing? Yeah, like I've got a whole bunch of product in my silo I'm gonna have to get rid of. I've got, you know, all my equipment that I'm gonna have to deal with and stuff like that to start prepping. I still have to wait until my canola can be harvested, my sugar beet can be harvested. Oh,
Right.
sorry, that's oat, not canola. I
Oh.
just harvested the canola. Haha.
Uh,
How is the flour mill not keeping up with the bread? I got 3 types of flour processing. Like, how are you not keeping up with the bread? 10 minutes.
Zip mods are allowed. Well, that's a plus. That's all I got.
They are really slow, Zippy, and I don't mind that, but I've got 3 types of flour being produced by the flour mill. How is it not keeping up with the, with the bakery? That's what I don't get.
Well, that's a plus.
What's that, Boom?
I haven't screwed anything up.
Well, that's always a bonus.
Right.
You're not wrong, Jake. And keep in mind too, those are for base game factories. Like when Dave does his map, I'm sure he'll probably tweak a lot of those factories so that they might produce a little bit faster than the base game because it's a bigger map. Not saying he's gonna make it produce like 10 times the amount, but he might bump it up and like double the production value of it or something like that on the slower factories. We'll have to see though, because who knows what Dave's gonna do.
Let's try this.
Alright. We have the wheat. Let's grab the sunflower. Actually, let's unload the sunflower quick. We will load up instead of the sunflower. Oh, the soybeans maybe? No. Take a thing full of barley, I guess. Why did you stop? Alright. Let's see here. We have wheat and barley. Johnson's Farmers Market. And Goldcrest on the barley, huh? Good morning, Irish Gamer. How are you? Oh, yeah. I'll drop that off there, I guess, on my way up to the farmer's market. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Just starting to do the close down of the farm prep. A lot of work in getting things ready to transfer my save file over to a new map. I sure do. I sure do. There we go. How much wheat do I have in here? Oh, I've got a lot in there. Never mind. Yeah, I'll go sell off this wheat. Getting a weird sound issue all of a sudden. That's new. That's new. I'd send them to you if I could, Irish Gamer. I would send them to you if I could. Pay attention. Alright. Get this up to the Johnson's Farmers Market there. Got a lot better idea of Dave's pace and process. What goes first and what's last, a lot better than I do Giants right now. The thing I knew about Giants seemed to go out the window. No more 2 or 3 day updates, and 10 being the most. I look back at it, we're sitting, what, 3 weeks now, which is a bit of a... It's not just Giants, Jake. They've they've got a patch ready, but with the crossplay, you have to make sure all platforms have approved the patch before it can go live. That means Giants, that means Steam, that means Epic, that means Xbox, that means Sony, that means Google Stadia. You've got all of those platforms that have to test and approve the patch before anything can get put out. So it's not like they can just pump out a patch every couple of days, and when the consoles get around to it, they get around to it.
Right.
Everybody has to be on the same version.
We're not waiting on Giants.
Yeah.
We are not waiting on Giants. So being aggravated with Giants is a mute point.
Yeah, it's right now we're waiting on all of the platforms to be ready to put the patch out. Then it can be scheduled to go live. And if anything happens, like Giants the other day had a post about one of the consoles having an issue with mods and stuff like that. That might have had an issue, or a knock-on effect for the patch. It's certainly a new issue for Giants to deal with. It's also a much different issue for all of these all of these companies to be on the same page with things. I didn't realize I have to wait on other companies. It might make crossplay undesirable for you, Jake, but for Giants itself, it allows them to sell a lot more copies. You gotta remember, they are now self-publishing. So if they don't have good sales, it's the end of Farm Sim. So I would rather them do crossplay and give that option, especially for people that don't have access to a PC or something like that. They've got a console. Crossplay's great. It lets them play with their friends. Will it have a knock-on effect for some things? Sure. But in time, you'll never even really realize it was there. Yes, there were some bugs that happened because they didn't have enough testers across all of these platforms to test things before the game came out. But it doesn't
Which
mean that... Go ahead.
I would, if I had to guess, their next release will be done a bit differently. If
Yeah,
I had to guess, they
I
will
would probably
have
say the same.
early, right? They will have early access sooner than 3 days. Um, they will have maybe the ambassadors get it, like a month prior to start building up hype, testing everything, getting all these bugs filled out. That way, there isn't as many bugs when the general public gets it. You
Yeah.
also got to remember that uh, they may have 5, 10 people testing the game. Once they released it to early access, there was 300 people testing. So everybody does things different.
Mm-hmm.
Giants tested it most likely as they meant it to be played. Early access people either did what we did, which was let's see if we can break it, or what we can do to break it. Um, but getting aggravated and continuing to vent about it, um, and being aggravated, especially with Giants, when we all know Giants had absolutely nothing
All right,
to do
Willie.
with it
Appreciate it.
or have any control
Wiley.
over it.
Yeah. Good morning, Adam. Yeah, and the other thing to consider too is there's so much information intertwined in this game. So you can test contracts. Okay, they're working just fine. And you make a change somewhere else after you've tested the contracts, and that can have a knock-on effect where it breaks the contracts for the straw. You've already tested the contracts. How would you even think to go back and test them again after you change something unrelated?
Yep.
So that's how these things can sometimes happen. And then again, as Boom said, if they've only got 5 or 10 testers trying to test across multiple platforms, and now you open it up to 300 people, they're going to find a lot more stuff. Had they done that more than 3 days in advance, like Boom was saying, which they probably will do for their next release, more things could be addressed for a more comprehensive day one patch before the general public gets it. So
Yep.
I know Giants, they listen to feedback, they work on things, they learn from their mistakes to the degree any company can.
Right.
And for the next release, they'll be a lot better.
Mhm. That's probably a guarantee.
Yeah, so I mean it happened. There's no use. We're crying over spilled milk. Enjoy what you can of it. You know what the bugs are and what the downfalls are. Work around them. I've got
Right.
200 hours and I've had no issues.
Mm-hmm.
Are there contracts I know to avoid? Sure. But I also know how to get around it. So I do. Alright, Mr. JWB, I appreciate the lurk, bud.
I'm along with everybody. It sucks not being able to do 3 types of harvest contracts, but there's other things you can do. And now that the
Mm-hmm.
refresh contract mod is out, it's even
Yeah, just refresh the
it,
contracts till you get what you want and do some contracts.
right. Yep. In my opinion, it's even better.
Mm-hmm. Alright there, JK, I appreciate the lurk. We'll catch you in the next time. And yes, Adam, this is a trailer that was done by Mr. Billy Alpaca. It's on the SGA website. I think it looks fantastic. can't buy a harvester, Irish. Why is that?
You can buy a harvester. I would say mod conflict.
Good morning, Invoke.
That surprisingly worked better than I expected.
What's that?
The edited mod I just did. So
Oh,
um
I'm doing pretty good, Invoke.
the
Yep, it is. It's just a Wilson pace setter that Billy put a skin on.
yeah.
He gave it multiple options for the volumes. None of them have update mass equals false. If you have the actual trailer weights on, it works really well. I've got it turned off while I try to move additional product at the moment, but it, your game is crashing every time the beacon lights come on. Which platform are you on, Irish? Are you PC?
Yeah, you got a mod conflict.
But it shouldn't be causing an in-game one to crash this game either. Was it?
Are
Oh,
you on Steam or Giants?
yeah.
Hopefully Steam.
Steam. Try verifying the files.
Yep, that'd be my first thing. That too, Jake. Yep. You got a snow problem there?
That's not snow. That's lime.
Oh,
I bought a trailer full of lime and I dumped it on the ground so I could reload to lime my fields.
right.
Yes, the
But
force feedback is really nice in Vogue.
so I made an edit to the uh Grimmy RH 2460, which is the receiving hopper for potatoes and
Oh,
sugar beets.
yeah, was it potatoes and
And
sugar beets or was it just potatoes?
potatoes and sugar beets, but now it does potatoes, sugar beets, and um, stone.
In stone?
It's under conveyors.
Oh, yeah, that the one you were talking about that picks them up from the ground.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't pick them up from the ground. You gotta
Well, yeah,
unload belt
you
system.
dump into them and yeah.
Really, yep. That one, yep.
Aha. So you can lease it, but you can't buy it.
I was able to buy it.
No, I'm talking to Irish Gamer.
Oh.
He says he can lease the harvester, but he can't buy it because it crashes his game. Yeah, I would say try taking out your mods first. Go into a brand new save and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, that is my alarm to go wake the kids up. So 1 second, folks. I am going to set a worker off here. And I'm going to, while that's happening, go make sure I wake up my children to get them ready for school. And I will be right back.
I am debating on setting it to bulk. Right, JPM. Yep. That that is my very first guess. If I had to guess, they probably have a name brand vehicle. Um, whether it's a Ford, Chevy, Dodge, GMC, Toyota, any of the name brand, that's probably junk. If I had to guess, that tends to be the biggest thing. Hmm. I wonder if I.
I am back. New map, no mods. See if it's back. What the heck?
Doing on all three maps. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Verify your game files on Steam.
that's awesome. Gotta love that. My chair got stuck in the heat vent behind me. Just right,
Right,
the wheel wedged
JPM.
into it. I was like, why won't my chair move?
It's boom. Dave's sleeping.
Dave's still sleeping. Mod scripts or mods and scripts. Yeah, you're not wrong, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
A badly
Right,
scripted
Jake.
mod can break all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Lou will call stacks like you wouldn't believe.
Yep. And then it can
Now
have a
that I'm
knock-on effect for half the other stuff in your game.
right. Now that I'm thinking about it, I may make configurations.
Configure it. Oh, for that belt.
Mm-hmm. Instead of doing potato, sugar beet, and stone, make a configuration for just stone,
Uh,
and then another configurations for bulk.
yeah. Well, let us know if that helps, Irish. Um, it does sound like there's a conflict somewhere with one of your mods, though. If it's doing it on all three maps
Mm-hmm.
consistently.
Support and fix their problems right, JPM. And you don't get that often. You really
No.
don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of modders that just put stuff out and
Mm-hmm.
leave it.
Yep. You'll never see them again. Or you will see them, but they won't fix the problem from the previous mod.
Yeah.
They just ignore it and keep putting stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my opinion, that's how you become a
Yeah.
crappy modder.
Or like Jake said, well, it's not my mod causing the problem. It's somebody else's mod.
Right.
No, the error is your
Yeah.
mod. It's the only one loaded.
Right. Yeah. I like that one too. I have got that from several people.
Yeah.
Not tested, never put a mod out. Right. Yep.
Yeah, well, it's like the other day, when I finally got my son's laptop working, I went on to check and see something quick, and he's got these mods, and I'm like, you know what? Before I just delete them out of his folder, I'm gonna prove a point here. I
Mm-hmm.
opened up his log folder, and I'm like, hey, you know that four-wheeler you thought looked all cool and everything else? Look, here's all kinds of wheel errors, and then here's all kinds of
Mm-hmm.
foliage bending errors that tell you exactly how to fix the foliage bending error from being in there,
Mm-hmm.
which means the guy never even checked his log file to fix the issue before he put it on the mod hub.
Yep.
Or whatever site my son had gotten it from. I don't even know where he got it from. I
Yep.
said, moving forward, you pass all mods through me because I'm not going to come over here and deal with all your stuff that you,
Broke game.
yeah, your broken game because you jammed a bunch of stuff in it. It's bad enough I had to completely reformat his computer because he was going to a lot of less savory third-party websites for mods,
That'll cause a problem
and
every
not just
time.
for farm sim. I mean, he was trying to find mods for all kinds of different games on his computer, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna put an end to that.
Mm-hmm.
Half a dozen spyware, malware programs, and all kinds of stuff. And
Right.
yeah, it got to a point where I was trying to remove them without
Mm.
reformatting, and then every time you'd load into Windows, it was just a black screen with a cursor.
Right.
So, yep, reformat time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And if I do put something out with warnings or errors, and as soon as I find out about it, I'm working. Unless it's 11 o'clock at night. Or, what time is it? 4:30.
Yeah.
Then no, I
You,
ain't working on it.
you did say you were gonna go to bed before Dave got back on. You realize that, right?
Yep, and that ain't looking too good, because I got into XML. I
Yep.
was getting tired.
Yep.
There's Dave.
He's back.
Did you even sleep,
That's
Dave?
Dave's voice.
Yeah. Have you been drinking?
Me, no.
No. Boom.
Oh, why?
People know my voice.
Well, no.
Oh, you would be surprised. I have been called Dave twice by two separate people tonight.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Dave?
Brucey Boy being one of them.
Yeah, Brucey Boy and Irish Gamer both called Boom Dave. It's like that's not Dave. Dave is currently sleeping.
Sorry.
He'll be here shortly.
He'll be short.
Something.
He
Yeah.
slept shortly, that's for sure. What the heck? It was only 2.5 hours, I think.
Right? Heck, I've been saying I'm gonna go to sleep since you got off.
And yet he's sparking up another cigarette. So that ain't happening right now. There's the big old kitty. Hi, Darius. Mind kitty cat. They do have very distinguishable voices. And, like, I can't see how me and X-Man get confused all the time, but when I listen to our VODs after the fact, I understand it.
Mm. It's something with the way the audio goes out.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, because you listen to us both in Discord, we sound nothing alike. But when you
Mm-mm.
listen to it after the fact, I do sound a lot like him. Something about the way my voice goes over over like the phone and
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
It changes, yep.
No, Billy is quite unique, Brucey boy. He does sound quite unique.
Doesn't sound like anyone, no.
I missed the
For
spot.
sure who it is, yeah, Jake. Well, I'm gonna mess more with that later.
Yeah, go to bed, boom.
No, I didn't say I was going to bed. I just said I was gonna mess with it more later. I think I'll add the configurations in later.
Yeah.
And then I'll put it up on the website. I really thought I was going to screw something up, and I didn't. I was quite proud of myself, to be completely honest.
Good morning, Ace Viper. How are you doing?
But I also have a feeling I could get rid of all the images in this file, get rid of the i3ds in this file, because everything is going back to dollar data.
Yeah.
So I could get rid of it all.
It's funny. I went to make a mod from an in-game. I was gonna use the New Holland baler to make a mod because I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to make a few adjustments to it. So I went into the i3D, opened it up in Giants Editor and said make mod from game type of thing. I'm doing pretty good, Ace Viper. Um, and exported it out to the i3D. It created the XML and the mod description and everything else. And I went into the game and it blew like 20 errors for lights not having the right child. I was like, what the heck? This is vehicle control add-on Spanky, but the GPS mod is available on the in-game mod hub for PC only, if you want that. So both are actually available. Good morning, Omega Prime.
It will be streaming shortly.
Yep, Dave's actually going to be taking over for me in about 20 minutes. So we can continue to keep alive the SGA coverage of Farm Sim 22. Continuous coverage since November 19th.
Yep. We're gonna do a little tutorial first today on creating your first FS22 map. So if you missed anything, this one will be going up on YouTube, and we'll go for a little while until we get all the basics covered. And then we'll get into fixing some things on Wolf Creek if there's time, which there probably will be, judging by everybody sleeping a lot lately or something. And then, who knows?
Yep. As I say, no sign of scurvy. I'm hoping he's alright, because we haven't heard from him in
Yeah, I know.
2 days.
going on quite a bit. Last I remember hearing from him was last Friday morning. He said he wasn't feeling good and bounced out quick.
He doesn't live anywhere where those tornadoes hit, does he?
No, he lives near Dave in New York.
Oh, okay.
He lives back near. Maybe I took him out when I went home for the wedding.
Can't be because he was on afterwards.
Yeah.
Most likely, Brucey, there will be some more sneak peeks of Wolf Creek, yes.
If you're lucky.
Later
good.
on in the show,
You gotta be good.
if I get enough coffee.
If you get enough coffee, yeah. I'm just slowly starting to clean the farm up for the inevitable move. Don't need like hundreds of thousands of liters of crop stored that I'm not going to use,
Mm-hmm.
Start letting productions run out and stuff like that. It's 5:45 in New York, Brucey. In the morning.
Freaking early. But then again, this is normally when me and Dave are typically up still when we're working on things.
Well, Dave usually goes off by about 3 to 4 in the morning. He's not usually up
Yeah.
at 6.
I was up
Is it
till,
going time to go?
what was I, 3 o'clock when I got off this morning, and I'm
I
up at
think so.
5:30? What
Oh,
the
finally, no
heck
more
is
rain.
wrong with me?
Everything.
In fairness, I did try to kick you off like an hour before you actually got off. knowing
I
you
think
had to get up.
everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I made a new mod, Dave.
You did. Good for
Mm-hmm.
you.
Kitty.
The Grimmy RH2460. It's the receiving belt for potatoes and
Mm-hmm.
sugar beets.
Yep.
Uh, I added stone to it. That way, because when you're doing the fields with the cultivator stone mission contract thing, you can't
Mm-hmm.
unload into a truck. So I'm hoping I can unload into the field and then put it into a truck to then go sell. That's the
Hmm.
plan.
Oh,
The LHO doesn't go up high enough to tip it into a truck.
When you don't own the land, it won't do it. So I am hoping it will unload into this, which is probably something I should check.
Good morning, Nico H424, and thank you for the follow. Time to go. Welcome to the channel. How are you doing this early morning? And Invoke, thank you as well for the follow. Welcome to the channel. That's good to hear. Time to go. Always a good thing when people are doing good. Is it literally? It's gonna literally leave a small strip down the edge of the field. I'm doing pretty good this morning, for the fact that I only got a couple of hours of sleep, and I've been up since, well, 10 o'clock last night. About 11 o'clock maybe. Whatever time it was. Yeah, you'd have to own the land, Jake. Otherwise, lots of bad things could ensue if you tried to disable the tip to ground block.
Right. Nothing good will come of it.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Carr. Get out of my way. Good morning, Thomas. How are you?
Let's see how this goes. Now I gotta go pick up the stone
That's good to
picker.
hear, Thomas. Great if they added new animals in the new game. It would have been nice if they'd have added some animals to this one. It is currently 10 minutes of 6 in the morning where I am. But you never know. Maybe one of the DLCs that's coming out will have a new animal type to it.
who
Just,
knows? Maybe I have an animal to it one day.
yeah.
Not that that's ever happened in the past.
I appreciate the lyric invoke. No worries. Thanks for hanging out. Um, yeah, I mean, you never know. The changes they made to the animals, even though there weren't babies or anything like that, they still look and act a lot better, I think, from where they were in 19. Alright, JW. Appreciate the lurk. Gonna play some SnowRunner? Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up the new expansion. It takes place in Maine. That's where I live. I'm gonna have to check it out.
I'm gonna have to wake up.
You comb your hair?
Yep.
Gonna put the camera on me this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to scare people away.
Ah,
Right.
that's good to hear there, JW. Who was it in here the other day, yesterday that was talking about it? Somebody from Maine was talking about the new SnowRunner expansion. I don't even remember who it was now, and it was just yesterday. Chickens look angry. Have you been around chickens? They're usually kind of angry. I hate it when I hit that button. Get out of my way for a minute, please.
Hmm. It is not letting me pick up the stones.
Why'd you break it?
On that field. Alright, so what is the other field I did? Way up there. Head up there. Oh. No, 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 no. Okay. Whew. I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
got
yeah.
hit, but I haven't got hit by the train yet. And I still hold it.
That was some awful panicked,
Mm-hmm. I had stopped right as I was gonna go around it, and then I was like, no.
how's it going, Jolo Boynel? Yeah. Had to make sure I saw that right.
All right. 7 countdown. I'm live. It's bathroom time. I'll be back.
Alright, we'll get ready. I do use a steering wheel, and this is the vehicle control add-on, Jolo. Um, if you hit exclamation VCA, it will bring you to the link. It's PC only. If you want the traditional GPS from 19, it is on the in-game mod hub. And yes, Ace, this is plowing. Alright, 1 second there, Don. I gotcha. Thank you for that stretch. Close there, Thomas. Yeah, gotta not have the space in there.
Tends to help.
It does tend to help.
Make sure
Not
you
a
get
problem,
the
Jolo.
updated version. And you
Yeah.
check back there often because being that it's early game, they're finding bugs and fixing stuff, so
Yeah, I gotta actually check myself. No, they're still on RC4. Okay. Mm. Not a lot of bugs really, just more like improvements in the way it handles.
right. Yeah.
Um, a lot of stuff like that. Adding additional features, just making it perform a little bit better. They
Okay, let me
updated the
open up
visuals for
my
the lines and stuff like that. A lot of little things more than anything.
well, that
Let me
stinks.
go up top and I'll do the big part of the plow. They haven't actually updated in a couple of days, so I think it's getting a lot closer to being better, you know? Teacher's angry at you. Don't want that. Alright, Irish.
Let us know if that fixes your problem.
Yeah, let us know how you make out with your issue. Um, I would personally. It's way further along than 19 was at release. Obviously, if you're if you're a person that uses a lot of mods, it will take time for a lot of those mods to convert to 22. But base game to base game, there's no comparison. 22 is way better. Yes, this is it's the K1220 Rostelmash turned into a plow. Altered Blast. It's currently PC only for this version, off of the SGA website made by Big Daddy. If you are on PC, you can use exclamation SGA to bring up our website where you can get access to it. Welcome back, Jolo.
About 3 minutes. Yes, I got your message, Thomas. That has been there for more than a year, I think. Gosh. At least. But not something I'm gonna do. Satisfactory modding. I'm kind of busy over here in Farm Sim.
Yeah. From what I understand, TL customized, it does. The slot counts are vastly improved over 19. I would assume that since the game runs so much better on PC, even that the 22 will run better than 19 on the PlayStation Pro, or the PS4 Pro.
Oh yeah, I know. Yep, I know, Thomas. Mods have been working for a few weeks over there on Update 5. I just don't have time to play Satisfactory right now.
Good morning, Maverick Fred.
Everything's off my list for a few months.
Yep. Alright, we're going to get ready to go raid over to Mr. Dajnet, who you hear with me here in chat. He's going to continue the streak. Me, I have been playing about 190 hours on this save. But I played FS19 extensively prior to this. Not a lot of stuff from 19. 22's improved on a lot of things.
One minute.
You heard it, folks. We're gonna get ready to raid over here in just a minute. Want to say thank you, of course, to Team Miller for the raid this morning, as well as Mr. Ponership. Yogesh, time to go and invoke for the follows. I appreciate it very much. Short stream this morning, but it was just to fill in our breaking coverage. What is trees crashing saves? Probably Aramim.
Yeah, I would say that's the biggest bug right now.
Yep. Vascula69, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Actually, when I was talking to Kerminator, I said that one, the contracts, and the max friction.
Yeah, the friction on the trucks are probably the biggest
my top 3 that I hope to see fixed.
Yeah, I mean, those are the 3 biggest bugs right now. Probably in order of the trees crashing the saves, then the contracts, then the trucks, because the trucks you can work around with other things, so. But,
Alright, we're live.
And we are on our way in just a second, Dave.
Yep.
We're going to continue this over with Mr. Dave, who's going to continue our streak of continuous coverage of FS22.
Good morning, everybody. We're just going to wait till the raid comes in. And we're going to do a show